What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more NBA news to talk about with you guys. This time it is currently being talked about right now that the Dallas Mavericks have reached out to the Golden State Warriors in being potentially interested in a Kristaps Porzingis trade. This is all being reported by Ian Begley. It was also widely reported that the Dallas Mavericks were actually shopping around Kristaps Porzingis. Mark Cuban kind of came out and said that that is completely fake, but let's be honest here, he's kind of been the nice guy for a long time now, so it's not like he's going to come out and say, yeah, we're actively shopping him. I think it's really, it's kind of happening pretty secretly. I don't think it's necessarily a huge thing. I think they've definitely gone up to a couple teams and have potentially offered up, a potential trade package that would also, obviously have Kristaps in the trade. Some people have their different opinions on him. Some people say that he's an absolute beast. He's an all-star type of, caliber player. But then you've got other people that have kind of, got that edge where they kind of say that he's not as good as what some people think he is. He's too injury prone. In my opinion, I kind of sit in the middle. If you're going to get a healthy Kristaps Porzingis, then you're getting an all-star type of player who's going to average you 20 points per game, space out the floor, can play power forward and can play center. But again, there's also that other side of him where he's going to miss quite a few amount of games of the season. There is a small chance where he'll miss, more games than he'll actually play, which, has been the case more than once now with Kristaps Porzingis. I think that he's a very, he's one of those players where you have to gamble on him. I mean, he is on that max contract, and the fact that he is, really barely getting consistent games under his belt right now has kind of been a huge issue for the Dallas Mavericks and their season. For example, they aren't, starting to climb back after he has played a couple of more games here and there. But again, you look at 2018, he played 0 games that season from an injury. 2017, he only played about half the games. And this season, he's played about 17 of the 30 games so far. So just over, half the games he's been able to play. And again, he's been pretty decent in them, but when they haven't had him, they have been pretty bad. But when they've had him, they're kind of edging towards that playoff push right now. In my opinion, I do think it's kind of it's a really hard one. You got to think that, again, when he is healthy, he is an all-star caliber player, but when he's not, you're not getting anything out of him. You're paying a player $30 million to sit on the sideline, and I think that a lot of Dallas fans are kind of getting over that now. They're kind of, tired of it, and I think that, I wouldn't be surprised if he does get traded on this trade deadline. I think there's going to be multiple teams that are going to offer, pretty decent packages for him. For example, I could see the Cavs offering him, Dallas a deal that would include something like Andre Drummond, Taurean Prince, a first-round pick, and a couple of second-round picks. And again, that would be pretty good for Dallas as they get, a player in Andre Drummond who plays consistent 30 minutes per game. They finally, again, get another near all-star caliber player, a nice role player in Taurean Prince as well, a first-round pick that, again, if it's by the Cavs, let's just say, Kristaps doesn't even play for the Cavs, gets injured again, that pick could be a top 10 pick, and then again a couple second-round picks, so that would be a pretty decent and substantial return for the Dallas Mavericks. But when we look at the Golden State Warriors, who are also, interested in Kristaps right now, they have every right to be, because I feel like Kristaps is the perfect player for the Golden State Warriors. He should be the #1 player they should be targeting, in my opinion, or at least one of them. And the reason why I'm kind of saying this is because just based on the fact that they really don't have a center right now. James Wiseman has missed a lot of games. Kevon Looney's missed a lot of games. Marquise Chris has missed the whole entire season. And then you've also got, again, the fact that James Wiseman has been pretty bad defensively this season. And I think it's going to take time for him to truly develop into a pretty decent defensive player. So right now, they're kind of, suffering when it does come to that. They've also got, Kelly Oubre, who's struggled for the most part this season, but is now actually starting to play some very good basketball. And I believe they've, the Warriors have won their last 3 games. And that's just been, again, one of the factors is that Kelly Oubre is widely improving as a player. I mean, he went from averaging 10 points per game on 17% from 3 to now averaging 15.5 points per game and 32% from 3. He's definitely gotten a lot better. I feel like if they were going to trade for Kristaps, he would be a part of the trade. in my opinion. I also believe Eric Pascal, who's averaging 10 points off the bench, I think he also would be in the trade. I think, yeah, so it'd be mostly those two players, some very good role players for the Dallas Mavericks they could get back in return. And I think what would also be, thrown in there would be some sort of a protected first round pick by Golden State. But I think the pick that would mainly be thrown in there, which I think is what the Mavericks should be looking to get out of this deal, is that top 3 protected Minnesota Timberwolves pick that the Warriors currently own. They are doing pretty bad. 7-27, it's not exactly great. They are dead last. You see Detroit that are a couple wins in front of them. Even the Rockets are a couple more wins in front of them as well. It doesn't look like Minnesota are really catching any of these teams. So you would think that they will most likely have a top 3 pick, although there is a small chance they do fall down to pick 4. I believe it's upwards of like a 30% chance or something like that. So again, you're pretty much giving Dallas the option. You can say to them, hey, you've got a 30% chance to have pick 4 if you do accept this trade. Then, again, that's another factor to them maybe doing it. And also, I think the bigger one is if Minnesota actually do eventually pass Detroit, which could definitely still happen, they will, I believe it's like it goes up to a 40 to 45% chance they fall down to pick 4 or pick 5. So again, realistically, Dallas could get back a couple of really nice role players in Kelly Oubre and Eric Pascal and a protected Golden State pick, but could also get, a 40% chance or so at getting pick 4 or pick 5, which would be absolutely insane for the Dallas Mavericks. And I think something a lot of their fans would be kind of looking at. But then as well as you look at Golden State's point of view on this, is they become a way better team. If they get a healthy Kristaps Porzingis, they finally get a good defender at that center position. Not only do they do that, but they also get a very good scorer. He can average around 20 points per game. And the whole contract situation makes perfect amount of sense. If you look at it like this, I believe they still have about $6 million or something from Klay Thompson's injury exception. So you would also throw that in the trade. You would also throw in, again, Kelly Oubre and his ridiculous contract, which I'm pretty sure is like, it's something like 18 million or something. I can't even remember, but it's something like that. And Eric Pascal is on about a $3 million contract. So that will get you all up to about, I'd say maybe 28 million. And I believe Kristaps is on about 30 million right now. So the contracts do really match up when we do look at that. So it kind of worked perfectly, money-wise for both teams. And it would really fit in the salary. I think it's a win-win for both trades. I honestly believe, Dallas, again, they get a lot more cap flexibility as well because Kelly Oubre is going to be a free agent. They can bring him back for a cheap amount. And then again, they can, go out and get another max player in free agency to partner up with Luka. They also, again, can get potentially a 40% chance of having that pick 4 or pick 5. And they also get a big percentage of chance of having that Golden State pick in the future, whatever it may be, if they do follow this trade. And again, you look at Golden State, this makes Golden State a finals team this season already. And I think that when Klay comes back, I think this team would be the favorite. Like if we're talking about a starting 5 that has Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Kristaps Porzingis, that's the best starting 5 in the league by a substantial amount. Like that's way better than Brooklyn's starting 5. It's still way better than the Lakers starting 5. Again, Klay Thompson, people forget, it was a top 3 shooting guard in the league before he went down with an injury. So even if, again, he was averaging like about 25 points per game or something like that. Even if you get a 70% of the old Klay Thompson, you're getting about, maybe an 18 point per game scorer with still one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. Again, that's still one of the best. It's still probably the best starting 5 in the league, and they would have a good bench to go with that. That would probably be my favorite if they were able to get back a healthy Klay Thompson and keep, obviously, Kristaps Porzingis healthy. I don't know if Dallas would agree to this. I think a lot of fans are starting to, get more and more and sort of ticked off with the fact that Kristaps barely plays. And if they could get a top 5 pick, a couple of good role players and another first round pick down the line and more cap flexibility to sign another max player, I think the Dallas Mavericks fans would be pretty interested in that. And I also think Golden State fans would really like this as well because this is a trade that can put them to be the best team in the league. So again, it's a very interesting one. It's a win-win for both teams in my opinion. But of course, I'd very much like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Do you guys think that Kristaps Porzingis will get traded? Do you guys think he's going to get traded to the Golden State Warriors? Again, I'd definitely really like to know all your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the latest NBA content and NBA news. Don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRO/vlogging channel. Check my podcast out if you haven't already. Links for them will all be in the description down below. But as I was saying, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.